Welcome to Unbreakable Latina. Hi guys, welcome back to Unbreakable Latina. This is your host Melina. I hope everyone had a great week and you're having a happy Monday, and it's April. Oh my gosh, like this year is already flying by. I remember when January started and I was like, oh, by April, like I would have gone to the gym consistently. That didn't happen, and I'm not mad about it. I honestly have been like so busy with the podcast, with work, and like just family things that I'm okay with it. I've been trying to go as much as I can, and that's okay. And if you are also feeling that way, like, oh my God, I haven't accomplished those goals that I set myself to do in January, it's never too late. Every day is a new start. So just keep doing you and be patient with yourself, because I know sometimes I'm a little hard on myself. Like, I said that I was going to be consistent with the gym, but I didn't take into factor like not feeling good, or just traveling and being tired, or work being very overwhelming, or being super busy with the podcast. So this week I took time to reflect, and I was just like, okay, like I haven't gotten where I want to be, but I can get there and I can start today. So this week I took 2 days off and I finally went to go get the massage that I told you guys about. So I went to Chaba Thai. It's in Newport Beach, and if you live in the area and you want to treat yourself, I recommend going there, because I've gone to like the Glen Ivy spa, and the massage is okay, but it's not to the level that Chaba Thai is, because Chaba Thai is a traditional Thai massage. I got the combination, which is a Swedish and a Thai massage, because the Thai massage hurts, like they beat you up, but it feels so good after, because I was so tense. The lady was like, you need to stretch every day because your shoulders and your neck are like tense. And I'm like, yeah, it's called stress. But it felt so good after. Like, it's funny because my friend and I were talking to the front desk ladies, because I came out of the massage and I couldn't find my wallet, and I was just like, oh my God, like I probably dropped it inside the where the bed's at. So I told the lady, hey, I think I dropped my wallet inside the room, because after you get out of the massage, they give you tea, hot tea, and then you just sit in this relaxing room, and honestly, it feels like you're on drugs. Like when you come out, you feel like a different person, like a sense of peace. And she's like, no, like your wallet's not in there. So my friend's like, okay, go check in the car. So I went outside, I found my wallet in the car. And when I came back, the lady and my friend, they were laughing, and they were saying, like, I wish like you could see yourself right now because you look so out of it. And they were sharing how every person that comes out of the massage place looks like that. Like they look all uncoordinated. And it's just an experience, and I think everybody should treat themselves at least once or twice a year, because it is so worth it. I felt just that peace and like a clarity. Like I felt clarity. I know it sounds a little extreme just for a massage, but that's how it felt. And we went to lunch after. It was great. Shopping. We had no care in the world, and it was nice just to treat ourselves, and we don't get to do that often, like where we just let loose and not have to worry about work or anything. And it was just a great time. The rest of the weekend I've just relaxed. I recorded with Jazz, which is today's episode. And right now I am recording. It's Sunday morning. I'm gonna have brunch with my family for my birthday, and it's an early brunch. My birthday's next Saturday. So last minute, I decided to book a trip to Mexico City. I've been wanting to go, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna get days off like this consecutively in a long time. So I booked a trip to Mexico City, and thank you all for your recommendations. I booked my Airbnb, my flight, and I'm really stoked for this trip. So I will try to record an episode before I leave, so that way you'll have an episode next week, which will be April 11th. But I might not get to it. Just depends how my week goes. I hope I do, but if I don't, then you'll have one the following week. Or maybe I'll record in between. I don't know. I can't promise you guys one for next week, that's for sure. So on this week's episode, like I said, I recorded with Jazz Ornelas, and she's a Latina content creator. I came across her profile on TikTok, and then we just started commenting on each other's posts and just like sending each other DMs. And I've talked to her over voice note, like over messages. And the reason that I wanted to bring her on here is because she was probably one of the first girls that I connected with online when I started this social media journey with the podcast. And she's just so kind, and I love her content. She's such a beautiful person inside and out, and she's very inspiring. I know sometimes I've watched her videos and I'm like, you know what? She's right, because she's not about gatekeeping, and she always shares like how she gets products so she could review them or make content for certain brands, and her journey is just inspiring. And I just love the fact that she shares like how sometimes she has felt like, okay, maybe I'm not good enough. And a lot of us have felt that way. I know I have felt that way. Like, who's even going to listen to this podcast? And like, she shares like she has those same thoughts, but that does not stop her. And then she creates this content and posts and gets so much feedback, so much positivity from our growing Latina content creator community. And I just love to see it. I love to see girls like me succeeding and supporting each other, and I'm all for supporting each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode with Jazz. I enjoyed recording, although I was a bit nervous. I know with time, my interview skills will get better, but she did amazing. So here's Jazz Ornelas.
Thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor to make our relationship from TikTok to now here, where I get to see you and talk to you and connect, and really truly have the honor to collaborate with other Latinas. Like, this is the greatest feeling ever.
It really is the greatest feeling ever. Thank you so much for being here. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? Where did you grow up?
I was born and raised in East LA, California. My parents are from Zamora, Michoacan, and they came over here, and I was raised in East LA, and it was such a blessing because I got to be amongst my community. I got to be amongst the culture, and now I live in Las Vegas, and I miss a lot of it. I miss a lot of the community of being surrounded amongst the food, and most importantly, my family. I am a first gen Latina, and so it was really hard for me to transition and to even let my family know that, hey, I am moving out away from anyone. We don't have friends or family around me. So my husband and my two kids, we decided that this was the best move for our family right now, and it was so heartbreaking because I felt so guilty. And, my parents, I felt like I needed to be there. I felt like I needed to be there every moment. I can't miss a moment. And I felt so scared and, like I said, guilty. But now I've been here in Las Vegas for a year and a half, and it's been the greatest thing because it's allowed me to learn how I can position myself to my greatest potential as a mom, as a creator, and just blossom in my own way, and create new opportunities, so that it's been such an amazing journey to transition from East LA to Las Vegas.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you started your content creating journey? I know I've seen like a live that you did before talking about how your content creator journey started when you were pregnant, right?
Right. So for me, my beauty, most of my content is beauty, lifestyle, and Latina creator content. But it wasn't always the case. Like, before, I couldn't say it so clear, crystal clear, this is what I'm about, When I'm a mom of two. When I was pregnant with my firstborn, my daughter, I had already been living with depression all of my life. So when I was in my pregnancy, it just got it escalated, and it was really hard for me to feel joy. It was really hard for me to understand what was happening to my body. I literally felt like I lost control of my emotions, my hormones, all of it. And that, I was trying to balance those emotions, but then also it made me feel so guilty as a mom. I'm trying to embrace that I'm pregnant, but I didn't feel no glow. I didn't feel no, the sparkle everybody talks about. And I was like, what is wrong with me? Why do I have this glow that everybody talks about? And I started watching. When you're pregnant, you get insomnia, right? And you're up at crazy hours, and your body's trying to prep you for delivery. And so I started watching YouTube videos because I didn't grow. I developed some dark circles. I mean, dark circles. I searched on YouTube, how do I hide dark circles? And that was the beginning, because I was like, I need to hide these things. And from there, my love for beauty transition, because I didn't know what foundation was. I didn't know what setting powder was. I didn't know that you got to prep your skin before. I didn't know any of that. So for me, it allowed me, after I would go, bedtime for me was such a ritual experience during that season, because I would learn, I would study. And what ended up happening was that learning about beauty gave me the ability to see the beauty that was already within me, right? Because during that pregnancy, I felt like I lost it. I felt like it was gone. What really happened was that it was always in my heart and in my soul. And it just took a different perspective, and beauty gave me that. So I started there with learning beauty. And then I had always been creating on Instagram. I love sharing my health and wellness journey on Instagram, but I had my husband and everybody kept encouraging me, you gotta download TikTok. You gotta download TikTok. And I was so scared, because I kept hearing people, or I guess like horror stories of comments, how you can end up on the wrong side of TikTok, and then it gets viral, right? And again, like I've had this pattern my entire life of always thinking the worst, like what's going to happen to me, and that paralyzed me for so long. And I said, you know what, I'm going to download this app. And I found such inspiration, I found such joy in the app. I found myself laughing. I would black out on TikTok, like, this is so funny. And then it just grew a love with the platform. But I started to notice something within the platform. Where are my girls at? Where are my girls at? And that gap, that lingering, was in my soul. And that honestly gave me that fire that I felt like I've always wanted to be a creator. I've always wanted to create my own YouTube, because again, fears stopped me.
I had those same exact fears.
People gonna say, like, am I gonna say the wrong thing? I'm gonna get canceled right away. That's the same thing that happened with me, but, like, with podcasting, I would always listen to these podcasters, and I'd be like, I could never relate because they grew up, like, with wealthy families, or, like, they grew a following because they were on a reality TV show. So, I mean, that's why I started it, because I was like, "Where are people like me?" And I did find some, but there wasn't enough, and they would have seasons and they would, like, stop. So, that's why I started creating too. So, what was the moment that you decided, "I'm gonna post my first TikTok?"
I can't say it was like the one aha moment. I wish it was. It was me. I downloaded it. I downloaded the app during the pandemic. I think we all did. And as I would post, I would do little things, little dances, but I didn't really see myself as a creator. And like I said, I started noticing that I wanted to see more Latinas on the platform. I started with posting one time a week, and then I would post 2 times a week. And I've kind of built on that, but it was at the beginning of the year, the new year, new you goals and resolutions. And I said something, just, I guess, that burning desire and that intuition that said, Jazz, this is your time. This is your time where you don't allow fear to rob you from something that you're meant to do. And I felt that in my heart and in my soul. So I have my camera, a DSLR camera that I bought in 2018. But because of fear, I let it pile dust. So with the beginning of the year, I just said, I'm gonna go for it. there was a flip, there was a switch where I just said, I'm done. I am 33. And there was also a fear of, am I too late in the game? Can I do this? Who's going to listen to me? What do I have to say? And all of these, again, these fears and these thoughts and these doubts, I've and I can't say that they're gone. I just continue to practice on speaking life over myself and encouraging myself, but also because I've been so vocal about finding the Latina creator community, that you girls speak encouragement back to me. So whenever I'm feeling so down, or whenever one of my videos totally flops or something, like, you come to me, you're like, you just made my day, you inspired me. And then all of a sudden I'm encouraged back again. So one of the things that I didn't see coming from downloading an app was the power of community and the power of our Latinas, because we will show up and we will encourage each other to do what we're meant to be and we're meant to shine.
Honestly, yes, because when I started, like, my sister kept telling me, like, you have to get on TikTok. And I'd be like, oh my God, I'm like, I'm about to be 32. I'm like, there's no way, like, that's embarrassing. And like, I don't want my coworkers to see me.
But as I started creating and recording podcasts, and then you get that feedback and you do get that encouragement to keep going because the community shows up for you. And I saw how people showed up for you. Like, you just posted that you needed 1,000 followers on Pinterest and you just reached that. Congrats.
Yes, I wasn't gonna apply, and this is something else to talk about too, where community is so powerful, because another creator, Luz, on Pinterest, basically said, "Hey, there's a Pinterest Creator Fund specifically. They're calling out Latinas, like, or they're calling out people who are in the fashion and beauty space." And I had not even seen her video until our community started tagging me. What's happening? So I go see the video, and I had about 600 followers on Pinterest. And I saw the video, but I kid you not, I thought, I won't make it. The deadline to apply is April 11th. I won't make it. It's 2 weeks away. That's impossible. Literally, those were my thoughts. The creator reached out to me and she was like, "You'd be perfect for it. You need to go for it." Just like that. Like, she didn't have to. Again, like, nobody asked you, but the community just pays it forward, leads the way, speaks on each other, and really lift each other up. And it was in that moment I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And I posted on Instagram, and I started getting more Pinterest followers, and then I posted on TikTok, which, again, I was encouraged to make a video of asking our community, hey, can you give your girl a follow? We got to 1K within like a day.
That's amazing. Congratulations again. In this journey, have you dealt with any internet bullying?
I can't say that I have. I've gotten a few comments. The worst thing, not the worst thing, but the most challenging part has been overcoming the fear in my mind, the limiting beliefs in my mind. Because if someone were to leave me a bad comment, okay, delete, block, bye. But it's the true fight is my mindset, right? My mindset is going to determine whether I do or don't do something. The other day when you posted your announcement of a new podcast, like, I have to intentionally pour myself, listen to something encouraging, and your podcast is one of those where I am constantly lifting it up. And I am all about, like, self-development, audiobooks, and just really immersing myself in that type of those habits, because I struggle. This is something that, as creators, the more that you create, the more that you also you evolve, but you find different fears that kind of creep in, and you're like, oh no, bye, I don't need you.
That is so true. So, right now, when you post content, do you ever second guess yourself? Like, okay, maybe it's not good enough?
At the beginning, I think I did, because I didn't have an understanding of what I wanted to create, or my why. Why do I want to create? Because yes, I am showing products. I'm trying to work with brands to get paid. But I think, for me, I like to challenge myself and think of the bigger impact here. What makes me me? What is a story that I can inspire and encourage somebody else? So at the beginning, you kind of see that also through my TikTok, where I was just posting a post, right? And I didn't really talk as well because it's scary. So the transition or the progression of me kind of creating and then figuring out what is my mission? What do I want to stand up for? What do I want people to feel when they come to my page? And I think that has been the greatest like pivot into my content creating, is that I want people to feel inspired, empowered, encouraged, confidence, energy, vibe. That way, when they come to my page, they always can expect that, and real, authentic storytelling form. So that's something that I'm also learning. I'm not an expert of it. I'm just kind of testing it out and allowing myself to, I gave myself permission to create, but create in a way that impacts others.
So, what advice would you give somebody that wants to start content creating?
The advice that I would give to someone who's just starting is to find a group of women that is also starting the journey with you, because content creating can feel so lonely. You're creating the content by yourself, you're editing by yourself, you're researching by yourself, and you need someone to lift you up when the views go down or the views are low, and you just poured your heart and soul into creating this beautiful video, and then an algorithm makes it flop. And if you're listening and if you are a new creator, I do want to say that one thing that I've learned is that to know my worth as a creator and not allow an algorithm to determine my value as a creator. Because an algorithm, you don't know if it's going to put you on the For You page, but you know in your heart that you made the best get ready with me video, or the best, top tips video, or whatever, or beauty hacks. And you know that you poured your heart and soul with it, and others will be impacted by that, So that, to me, I kind of release the expectations of this needs to be viral. And I just allow myself to have fun, allow my passions to come through, because the rest, that's bonus. The rest is the views, the virals, that's all extra. What I really want, I guess that was a learning curve for me, is, and people always talk about like how to be viral, but I don't want to be viral. I want to establish real connections and talk about real impact and things that we are going through, especially as beauty and Latina creators.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast, taking time out of your day. It's truly an honor to have you here, and I know you're going to accomplish so much more. This is just the beginning for you. Where can people find you?
First off, I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be part of such a safe space. It's such a great honor. Like when you messaged me, I was like, I'm in no matter what. I'm in. Like, I put my kid to nap before this, and I want more of us to win. I want more of us to take space, and it's such a great honor, and I love that you're doing this, and thank you so much for leading the way. It means the world to me. People can find me at TikTok, jazz.ornelas, and everywhere.
I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast just as much as I enjoyed recording with Jazz. Don't forget to follow her and follow me at Unbreakable Latina on Instagram and TikTok. Have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.